Crawford. Fighting out of the blue corner from Barinas, Venezuela, a renowned three-division champion of the world, El Niño de Oro, Jorge Linares.
One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this, our main event.
Words are cheap. It's the action that says it all. We'll find out when the first bell goes.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. Here we go. We're expecting an all-out offensive display. The courage on display here is incredible. He threw a punch and just got countered. One punch could change everything in this battle. So much pre-hype surrounding this fight, the fans are on the edge of their seats.
It's so hot, it's so heat, there's a roof on here, you don't understand it. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on earth.
That punch landed. Hook misses. This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Counter-puncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter-puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Jorge Linares is in some serious trouble. Somehow weathered the storm.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the rope.
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. The Venezuelan is rocked. No, we don't see a knockdown.
Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
How about that time counter shot? Catch and shoot. Counter-punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Get your mind. Great round, now relax. Stay focused. Don't mark. Get your shots on. Don't give him anything. Go back out there. Just keep him on the end of that jab. You're getting your timing already. You've done all that work all the way through camp, and now you're going to go back out there and lose the match?
On to the second round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter punch. Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. Those counter punches have to hurt. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Jorge Linares seeing cobwebs now. thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
You're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got a dummy shot. Make them react from that, then react them. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. They better start respecting each other's punching power. Good counter punching. Nope, that jab not going to score. You'd like to see more jabs. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute...
Good work, that's it. Now,
Let's get it started in round 3. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
It's obvious which one of these fighters has to get on the inside.
You've got to make your opponent fight your kind of fight. They've got to get into your kind of argument, your kind of dance.
These two were made for each other. Nothing like a little taunting to get your opponent riled up. You believe what we are seeing. Unlike the heavier fighters, these fighters throw so many punches, it's hard to keep up. There's a counter shot. They exchange punches. Blocks the left uppercut. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Punch, counter punch. Not sure if I'd be taunting right now. Crawford in trouble. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a...
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. The Venezuelan is rocked. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
Defense is not an option for these two. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Jab slick.
And there's the bell to start round 4. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork or you're going to be a cooked goose.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
The right hook misses. Those counter punches have to hurt. Holding nothing back here in the round. Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
And he scores with the counter. That counter punch caught him clean. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well, we knew this was going to happen. Some taunting. They're both trying for a knockout. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws. Hold it right there. Crawford is dazed. Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
The stamp. Hold it right there. Crawford's legs are all over the place. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Wow, it was like two different leagues.
It was a bad round, but we don't... Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. Relax now. I don't...
Right. Let's go out there and get your boxing back together.
And there's the bell for round 5. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Jorge Linares is in some serious trouble. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
Step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move, then step it up a little bit. Because if you're getting caught like that beginning, you'll get caught a lot more at the end.
And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Those counter punches have to hurt. He misses with that straight left. Here we go with these two lightning quick lightweights.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
The perfect counter lands. They both want a knockout, you can tell. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
Come on, switch on, get your boxing back together, and put him back at his...
Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away.
There's the bell to start round 6. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Terrence Crawford just got rocked. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Jorge Linares seeing cobwebs now. Big shot, and down goes El Nino de Oro. Oh, my goodness. I want to see that one more time.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
One, two, three, four. Listen to me. Are you okay?
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in that once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? When are we going to see a jab from these two? Halfway through the round, and I think he knows he's got a lot of work to do.
Is that ever hold? Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of heart we need to see.
The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
It's all offense all the time. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Nice counter shot. Right uppercut can't find a home. And he wasn't ready for that. Final 10 seconds here. Whoa, wait a minute. The Venezuelan is rocked. Let's talk about Linares in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
Can make or break a fighter.
Because he's going to be confident. I want you to go back out there.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good?
And there's the bell for round 7. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got a...
Hold on, got to cut you off here, Johnny. Crawford may be ready to go down. Disaster averted.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Nice counter. He blocks the jab. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. A perfect counter shot. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. His stamina is off the charts. How about that time counter shot? Couldn't land that jab. The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
I seriously hope the judge...
Round 8, and we're off again. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
He threw a punch and just got countered. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
His stamina is off the charts. expending a lot of energy in this round. It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Well done with that counter shot. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. No rest for the weary. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. That hook was off target. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Well done with that counter shot. Both men step back for just a moment. Every time they drop, you know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
There's a lot on the line here.
Now, come on. You're way better than that guy. You've let him back into the fight.
Great work, great work. I love that. I love that. Jab slick.
Get your boxing back together and get back out there and win the round.
There's the bell to start round 9. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me, personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. They've got to relax.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's not a match made in heaven.
Nobody home with that hook. Well, Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Throwing a hook, but nice defense there. Well done with that counter shot. When you watch lightweight, you expect high-level footwork and hand speed, and that's what we're getting here this afternoon. to punch himself out, though. Good counter punching. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that. It's round 10. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
They exchange punches. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Crawford got hit hard and down he goes. You need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your eagles hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Looks like he's leading halfway through this round.
The corner.
That's a lot of swelling. The referee taking a good look at it. Is he going to stop it? And the referee's going to allow them to fight. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Straight right just misses. Punch and just got countered. The straight right just misses. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Some might have thought the fight a little bit closer, but the judges are in agreement. A unanimous decision win.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart, that is.
Rematch. Good fight. Wow, kijk jouw swelling, maar je zag het helemaal niet terug. Ik zag jouw swelling helemaal niet op je gezicht. Ja, maar ik zag niks. Ik had er niet makkelijk mee. Good luck. We zijn live op YouTube.
We are live at the CompuBox Academy. The time is now as we get set for what should be an incredible matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
Time for our tale of the tape. So it's the legend Rocky Marciano. He's only 5 foot 10 inches tall with a reach of 68 inches. Up against them, Muhammad Ali, weighed in at 210 pounds, and he stands 191 centimeters tall.
Brawlers are a nightmare. You've got to be strong and fit. Use that long reach. Use that long jab. Do it.
He is Rocky Marciano, 201 pounds of pure terror. This man is an absolute machine. This is Muhammad Ali. Young man rumble, that's the mantra, fresh off that famous win over Sonny Liston.
Todd, can you spot the reach difference? Can you spot it? Look at that.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, here is a Hall of Fame legend from Brockton, Massachusetts, a Ring Magazine world champion, and an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the Brockton blockbuster, Rocky Marciano. Fighting out of the blue corner, introducing in this corner, undefeated in his campaign with a record of 20 wins, no losses, 16 wins coming by way of knockout. The renowned U.S. Olympic gold medalist and the newly crowned heavyweight champion of the world, the Louisville Lip, Muhammad Ali.
Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
Todd, it's one of my favorite venues. You can't get a better place to fight.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. Marciano with one of the best right hands in boxing history. If he catches you flush, it's good night. Now I'm going to get a little more loosey-goosey. Let's see how this one feels. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. One punch could change everything in this battle. You're not going to see a lot of finesse and skills from this guy. He wants to bury his forehead in your chest and pound away.
You've got to be fit to fight a fighter like this because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
Got out of the way of that right hook. Misses. typical outside fighter, as you know, focuses on defense, stick and move, stick and move.
Outside fighters create so much unpredictable movement, move left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
And he scores with the counter. We wanted action, and they are delivering. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. Catch and shoot. They've got a big reach advantage here. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Sometimes I've been in with fighters that don't know what to do, don't have to break it down, then they get a little dirty.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen this.
He's going to be confident. I want you to go back out there.
Here we go. It's round 2. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Let's go with that right uppercut. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. They call it the Glory Division. There's nothing quite like a heavyweight fight. It doesn't take much to win it. That counter punch caught him clean. The perfect counter lands. Swing and a miss with the left uppercut. The greatest has been dazed. Muhammad Ali in trouble. Disaster averted.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
They exchange punches. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Counter punching. That uppercut's blocked. Failing to score with that right hook. Good counter punch. Oh, and now they're just rubbing it in. Scores with the counter. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Nice counter shot. This is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Good round. I like that. I'm happy. Just keep him up.
There's the bell for round 3. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get...
Oh, do you believe this? Rocky Marciano is down! When you get hit with a body shot like this, there's nothing you can do. Watch it again in slow motion.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to me.
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
Gotta look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Good counter punching. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactic.
I don't care how good your chin is, a punch like that, and you're going down.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
Accuracy, power, punch, perfect. That must hurt.
So much energy here in the house tonight. We are live at the CompuBox Academy. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me, of course, The Rock, Rocky Marciano, the Brockton Brawler himself, one of the greatest fighters of all time. A sparkling record and one of the best to ever do it. Muhammad Ali coming off that stunner. He predicted it as he knocked out Sonny Liston.
This bout is scheduled.
And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight here. Marciano with one of the best right hands in boxing history. If he catches you flush, it's good night. Those counter punches have to hurt. Another scoring shot there. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This fighter has been described as a swarmer, that fighter who attempts to overwhelm their opponent by applying constant pressure.
A swarmer, a good swarmer, will get inside you like a bee. Like a bee just pickpocketing, stinging you wherever you leave yourself open. That swarmer is the worst kind of fight to fight.
Nice counter. Nice counter shot. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. You'd like to see more jabs. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. These punches coming from every angle. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
This fighter's always on their toes, trying to get their opponent rattled, get them off kilter, get them out of their rhythm.
This is what makes outside fighters so good. Their footwork is second to none. It's as fast as their hands.
Left uppercut doesn't score. Can't find a home with that jab. Punch and just got countered. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. We know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Dominance.
Get out there and switch on.
Here we go. It's round two. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Facing a longer opponent like this, you've got to get inside.
You've got to make your opponent fight your kind of fight. They've got to get into your kind of argument, your kind of dance.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Nice job to block that uppercut. That counter punch caught him clean. That uppercut just missed. Nice counter. The positives and negatives in the heavyweight division are the same. You can win the fight with one punch, and you can lose the fight in one punch. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Those counter punches have to hurt. And he misses with that jab. The straight right just misses. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round. The bell rings and we start the third. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Just missing with the uppercut. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out. Beautiful counter punch. Tried to score with a jab. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
What a punch. Marciano, few have been better. One of the greatest of all time.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Good counter punching. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Find a home with that jab. Nice counter shot. It's all offense all the time. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Every second, every minute of this fight.
Here we go to the fourth round. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
He's in there with a Hall of Famer, a legend.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing.
Oh, do you believe this? Rocky Marciano is down! And you can see here on the replay a perfect body shot, and he dropped like a loose suit.
I've got to see that again.
One, two, three, four, five. You still want to fight?
They're on their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Are we witnessing one of the all-time greats go down? And now they're right back into the fray.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Looks like he's leading halfway through this round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Just misses with that jab. Nice job by him to block that jab. Defense is not an option for these two. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
You're being put down, you've got to think right.
Go back out there, switch.
And there's the bell for round 5. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. They exchange punches. Jab misses. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're...
I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
I need to see that again.
One, two, three, four, five, six.
some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
Yeah, then look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it.
That's lights out right there.
Back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Both men step back for just a moment. They exchange punches. Looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. A borderline disastrous round, but he's still on his feet.
They believe their fighter has it in the tank.
Come on, back on the job.
On to the 6th round. Something has got to change after 2 knockdowns in the last round.
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Can't find a home for that jab. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Just missed with that hook. Swing and a miss with that hook. Misses with the jab. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. And he did catch him. He caught him clean. Clean as a whistle. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. He threw a punch and just got countered. Good counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. The jab not finding its target. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
The bell, sometimes it can be the...
And there's the bell for round 7. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Do you believe this? Rocky Marciano is down! How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
A shot from the gods took him out.
One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8. Give me your break.
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
At the halfway point, there's no doubt who's won this round so far.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
Just gets out of the way of that right uppercut. Incredible work rate. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
The perfect counter lands. The straight right just misses. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Perfect counter shot. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Great round, now relax. You were thinking, you were smart.
Round 8, and we're off again. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
Cos, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you want...
Oh, hold on a second, Johnny. The greatest has been dazed. Muhammad Ali in trouble. They drop their guard, they get caught. This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
I've got to see that.
One, two, three, four, five, 6. You okay?
How about about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues.
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels, look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot, a clean one, then he's out of there.
They're going to pick things up halfway through the round here.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to put it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
We're about to witness history. The great Rocky Marciano in serious trouble. How did they not go down?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Wow, let's take another look at that.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we continue.
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. A little bit of controversy. It's a majority decision win.
Todd, you're all right. We don't see this that often. But when we do, we really...
Rustje doen, Rusty. Ja. Ach, dat is het hem juist. Dat is het. Dat hoort ook. Het is de bedoeling dat iedereen die beschermt zijn gebied. Maar je had de vorige keer mee moeten gaan. Toen gingen we hartstikke goed. Toen hadden we een mooie locatie, dikke bunker. Alles was dik voor elkaar. En toen werden we gereten. Toen gingen die gasten gelijk allemaal naar een nieuwe server. Dat was wel een beetje kut. Dat vond ik